I'm going to show you how I make a living playing roulette online and teach you my methods step by step so that anyone from any location can copy my results. I've been making a living from playing roulette for over 8 years, and I've done this by making small daily profits with a low starting balance to minimize the risk. If you want to learn how to play roulette properly and actually make long-term profits, I want you to make a commitment to yourself right now and watch this video all the way through to the end. You see, most people tend to skip through these videos to see what the final profits are, but they miss out on crucial information on when and why I place the bets that I do. So commit to watching these videos all the way through. Play it in high speed if you have to, but don't skip ahead or you will miss out. Let me know in the comments if you are 100% committed to this. It's nice to know who you are, and I will definitely have a lot more time for those who are active in the comments. I would also like to thank all of you who have subscribed to this channel. I will be offering a free one-on-one coaching session worth $1,000 for every 1,000 new subscribers this channel receives. I will either select the subscriber at random or choose who I think deserves it based on the comments of these videos. Don't forget to check out roulettecalculators.com. It's a free social network where you can chat to other roulette players, share ideas and betting strategies, and learn from the best. The social network is completely free to join. There are some membership options available for the use of its calculators and betting tools. These tools are web-based so that you can use them on any touchscreen device, laptop or PC. They can also be used with any land-based or online casino that has either a US or European roulette table. If you would like a free trial to use these tools, head over to facebook.com/roulette calculators and drop me an instant message. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, smash that like button, and drop a comment below to be automatically entered into the one-on-one coaching competition. Let's head over to the roulette tables now and see what we can do.
Okay, how's it going, guys? I'm back. Unfortunately, I'm streaming this because I've started the 30 session doodah, and on the first 4 sessions, I actually had my mic muted. So I was just talking to myself for for 4 sessions, which was pretty crap. Basically what I'm doing, so I'm just going to talk you through what I'm doing. I've set up this chart here to show 30 sessions, and each session I will be inputting a win or a loss. Now, the rules that I'm doing is I'm going to start every session with £100. Yeah, haha, I know, hilarious. I'm gutted because it was gold. Everything I was saying was pure gold. Yeah, what I'm saying here, let me just pause this a second. What I'm explaining is on the spreadsheet that I've got. Hey, Reggie Boy. Hey, Turinga. And hey, Ground is Key. Welcome to the beginning of the 30 session doodah. That's what I'm calling it. So what I'm explaining in this, for those of you that's just tuned in, I recorded 4 sessions, but had my mic muted, so I was just talking to the screen, talking to myself, really. I do that a lot. But I've created a spreadsheet, and again, I've messed that up. I said that it would be in the description. It isn't, but I will add it in after this stream. So if you check it out maybe 10 minutes after the stream finishes, you can download this spreadsheet. And what it is, it's just basically you can record your profits and losses over, well, you can add more. I've just done 30 sessions. I think that's enough. A whole month of sessions, video every day. But on the spreadsheet, I've also included the Smartingale system and the double win system just to the right hand side. So I'm going to carry on playing the video. Further down the line, I did include a positive negative sort of almost like a calculator. I was thinking about doing a step system, which I think Ground is Key will be interested in. And basically that's, you can follow, say, 5 or 6 bets, and instead of maxing out, you just call that as a loss, and then you go on to the second round, and then what happens is you step up. So instead of doing, say, £1 starting bet, you'll do £2 starting bet until you get X number of wins, and then you can basically step back. So it's just an idea, because Ground is Key will probably tell you that a lot of, you can get win after win after win using the positive negative. It's just when you get a shitty streak, a loss, then it can kind of do you in. So I think a step system would work. So let me explain what's going on here. We've got the dealer tracker. These are the One Direction tables that I've got tracking on the auto tools. Now, I believe this first session was a bit of a grind for me, but as I explained, I'm going to be posting the good, the bad, and the ugly. So every session that I play, I will post whether it's a winning session or a losing session. That's just the way it's going. I think I'm talking about the switch here, saying be careful when using it, because if you disable auto tracking, it will disable it on all of the other instances that you've got, that you're tracking as well. So use that basically if you know that you're going to stick on that table. We are working on trying to make that switch independent for all of the each individual instance. And sorry about my voice as well. I've got a really crappy cold at the moment, and I live in Thailand and I've got a cold. It's terrible. We've got like wind chills of 36 degrees here. So anyway, welcome everybody. I think this should be fun. We've got a couple of people watching, not a huge amount, but we will do what we do. So as always, I get a dealer change. Now I can skip ahead if people want me to. I'm not sure if you want me to just skip to the action or if you just want to watch. I wanted to do this series so it's very educational, where I'm explaining why I'm doing the bets, why I wouldn't play on that particular table, and so on. But unfortunately, I'm going to say it is the first 4 sessions, but on my second session, my MacBook battery died, so I only got to play a bit, and then it all went very unresponsive. But I will be posting that tomorrow along with session 3, because it was only sort of like 5-10 minutes. I ended up £5 down on that session. I was halfway through a progression using the positive negative calculator, and I kind of maxed out. But anyway, I'm putting the bet here on the 0 section. I think it was this session. I just got my ass kicked on on this particular session. I'm not sure. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know. 21. Did I get? No, I got that one. I got that win. But yeah, I think this session just kicked my ass for the first part, and then well, I'll let you watch. But yeah, how's everyone doing? Has everyone had a good weekend so far? Oh yeah, that was it. I got a win, and then there was a dealer change, which most of you know I don't like betting when there is a dealer change. I think we got the win there anyway, but try and if you know there's going to be a dealer change, you've seen on a load of my previous videos, I'm always watching the dealer, and if I start seeing them constantly making eye contact, I start thinking that they're either being signaled by the pit boss, or there is about to be a dealer change. So what I'm doing now is just scrolling through the other tables to see if I can find something. VIP looks good there. It's got a triple up on number 10, a double up on 31. Yes, is that supper family time or super family time? Yeah, so there was a bunch of dealer changes. I can skip through. Do you guys want me to skip through, or do you want me to walk you through it? Oh, I think I'm explaining here. Yeah, I was explaining something for Theo on how to open multiple tables and then save them to the browser, I think. So I was basically saying what you do, just open a new tab. So Theo, if you're watching, open a new tab. The section there will be where it says table data, or sorry, table menu. There's a red drop down. So basically you choose whatever channel or whatever table you want. And once you've got that, you've got all of the different tabs open. So you can open as many tables as you want, ones that you're tracking, because it's different for each different casino. So you basically have to open the tables that casino offers. And the most popular ones are in the drop-down menus. They do vary from, if you're on the One Direction table, it will only show the One Direction tables, and so on. But yeah, once you're there, you just literally head to bookmarks and then click bookmark all tabs and then give it a name. Then all of those tabs that are open will be bookmarked. So when you go on the next session, all you have to do is click on bookmarks, go to that menu item, and then click open all in tabs. So it's basically independent to Firefox. And I always open Firefox in a private incognito window before I open the tools. So basically open a private window, and then you'd have to just type in roulette calculators. Yeah, so I'm explaining it here still. So basically bookmark toolbar, you go on there and then choose whatever setup you want. And then you would just click open all in tabs, which you can see at the bottom right of that menu there. Yeah, so that's essentially it. But what you want to do is open a private browser in Firefox, then sign into roulette calculators, and then you would click open all in tabs, or it'll be a mess. So I think I'm backing out of the dealer tracker because there wasn't many there. I think I'm giving the area key a try. Yeah, okay, I'm explaining it now, so I'm ahead of myself. So I open a private browser, and then I'm showing you basically what happens if you don't sign in. In fact, I don't. I was already signed in. Yeah, so you can see there. It will ask you to sign in if you don't sign in first because it's a private window. So this is basically just to help Theo out. So what I'd do is just sign into my account like this. Once you're signed in, then you can just go to bookmarks and open all of those bad boys. So that's what I'm doing here. And I'm going to play the area key now. And I'm saying there I've got two different lists of the area key because there's so many of them. I think there's like 40 or 50 tables. So I separated them into two lists because if you try running 50 tables at once, it becomes very slow depending on what PC you've got. And also your Wi-Fi connection because it's constantly updating. So I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because all I'm going to be doing is waiting for these auto trackers to update. So I'm going to skip through. Oh yeah, I said I'm just going to do the ploppy. I don't know if anyone's familiar with ploppy. But yeah, so I'll basically just show you. I said while we're waiting for some tables to load, I'm just going to do ploppy, which is essentially just zigzagging bets on the corner bets there. I missed 32, 35, 31 and 34. But this was just me having a bit of fun waiting to for some data to load in the tables. But it's brutal, actually, if you watch what happens. Because basically you're covering a huge amount of numbers by doing ploppy. It landed on number 12, which was a miss for me, right? So you got every single number covered on the middle column. And then what you got 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 numbers covered, right? And I missed the first bet, okay? So basically I'm just playing ploppy. This is just one of CEG Dealer School's favorite strategies. And I was just giving it a try while I was waiting for the area key to track a few spins. So I lost my first spin. And then I went back to number 12, which again was another miss. 24 numbers, 2 misses. Painful. I said I should probably cover the opposite side because, you know, covering 1, 2, 5 and 4 and then basically alternating where it was going because I just got my ass kicked twice in a row there. Thanks for the likes, people. Really, really appreciate that. The other sessions, I'm basically doing loads of different strategies and ideas that I've had that I haven't done before, but I've tried, you know, I'm trying them out. Of course, that went to 16, so I missed again on ploppy. How do you do that? Cover 24 numbers and miss 3 times in a row. So I give it another blast. So what have you guys been up to during the weekend? Yeah, it's good skills, isn't it, mate? How many misses was that? Was that 3 or 4 in a row? Can't remember. Yeah, I think, yeah, it's 12, 12, 16. So 3 misses in a row. Then it goes to 26. So I was like, yay, finally I hit one. But of course, stupidly down from doing that. So I'm just looking at the tables now. I've only got a few bits of data. I do want to kind of show you what I'm doing in real time, because people want to know kind of how I manage my bankroll and how I make consistent profit, which I do. You know, I don't lie about that. I do make consistent profit, and I don't do stupid bets. I see some YouTubers and they're sort of betting 40, 50 grand on a spin. I don't know how real they are. I missed ploppy again, just so you know. But yeah, I try and keep it realistic, because I live in Thailand, which the cost of living out here is a lot cheaper than most places. So I don't need to make a huge amount. But you know, I usually try and double up my balance when I'm using the dealer tracker, but I'm trying out a few different systems. I haven't used the area key in so long, so I'm giving that a blast. The goat. Don't say the goat. People might mistake me for Christopher Mitchell. So what did I get there? Number 3, another miss on ploppy. So what's that? I've got, is it 5 misses, 1 win? So I switched it up. See the way I switched it? I was on 3 side, and because I kept missing, I switched it up. So I was like, you know what? I'm not winning doing this, so let's switch it up. Christopher Mitchell. I watched a few of his videos just to see what he does, you know. But he's essentially just martingaling. But I think he does all right, you know. I think he does. The only thing I don't like is he's constantly making that sort of noise all the time. But yeah, I did message him actually, seeing if he wanted to use the tools and try it, and he's just like, no, not interested. And I messaged him a few times, but yeah, he just wasn't interested. I think, yeah, I'm not going to say anything bad. Don't like slating people. Good morning, guys. I'm about to have my breakfast. It's a can of Monster. Mitchingale. I mean, isn't that the Grand Martingale? The Mitchingale, because he's like, you know, instead of doubling, he'll double and add a bit extra. I'm sure that's just the Grand Martingale. But anyway, oh, okay, I'm doing the area key now. Sorry, we've completely done the test of time on ploppy. It went to a depth of 4, then a depth of 1, and it's currently on a depth of 2. So I decide to do the reverse area key. So I'm betting on the unhighlighted numbers. And it just rolled round to number 5, so I think I missed it by 1. I had 10 covered, and I was like, you would. So I go for the unhighlighted again. Like I told you, this session, I think it does kick my ass a little bit. And I said to I think this is where I'm doing a single bet progression. So I'm doing a 50 cents if it misses, doing £1 per number. Sorry, 50 pence. We're on a UK table. And yeah, then doing a single bet progression to see if we can recoup that. And it went to number 17, so I got the win on that one. Yeah, Grand Martingale, I think I saw a video that Christopher Mitchell posted about someone that basically got him kicked off of YouTube. And that's the problem. If someone wants to, they can just keep creating multiple accounts and reporting it. It's because the thing is, YouTube don't really have many humans monitoring the games. They just look at reports and then kick you off, and then you have to kind of dispute it. And the dispute system for YouTube is pretty weak as well. The amount of times I've disputed a session, a strike that they've given me, I click dispute, and within 3 seconds I get an email saying, after carefully considering your dispute, we've deemed that it was unsuccessful. I was like, well, no one looked at it. You know what I mean? It was just automated. So it does suck. So, I do feel for people. I mean, I've had a crap load of strikes. I get strikes all the time, and I dispute them, and I get them removed, because there's just basically a couple of people, I think, that don't like what I'm doing, or maybe they use the tools and they have a bad session, and then they just report me or something. I don't know, but I always say to people, they're just tools. Have I ever said to any one of you guys on roulette calculators, do this system, you're guaranteed to win? I'll never say that, because that's bullshit. I can't guarantee a win. Even when I play, I can't guarantee that I'm going to win. I just try and bet smart, and that's all I can do. And then sometimes the table's against you as well. That some of these tables are 100% manipulated. I've seen it so many times. But if you're smart, and I think if you play with smaller stakes, you'll do better. Yeah, that's what I mean. The strikes are probably from unhappy customers, someone that's bought it. But again, I don't get that, because I give a 60-day money back guarantee on all of it. So you can have 2 months. If you don't like it, you can get the full 2-month subscription back. But most people, and I see it, because obviously I see when the refunds come through, someone will sign up and then they get a refund maybe an hour later, 2 hours later, and they clearly haven't spent any time to actually get used to the tool, or even give it a dry run without any bets, which to me is just stupid anyway. Like any system that I try, I will test it without money first, unless I'm really flush and I'm just like, let's just give this a go. Why not? But yeah, I mean, there's no airtight system that's guaranteed to win, unless you find a roulette table that pays like 40 to 1, and then just cover all the numbers. Easy. I can translate the videos to Portuguese or Spanish. If you go to roulettecalculators.com and go on to the getting started videos, the tutorial videos, I've translated all of the tutorial videos into the most popular 10 languages, which Portuguese is on there. I try to always say watch plenty of YouTube. Yeah, no, I mean, you do. You always tell people to watch YouTube clips, and people that don't. I don't know. I've seen systems out there and people follow stuff blindly, and you're asking to lose if you do that. I mean, even with a martingale, I remember when I was about 15 and I first learned about the martingale system. I was like, holy shit, I just bet on red. If it loses, I double. I lose, I double. And I did that, and I think it's like 50 quid. I took it up to 400 or 500 quid, and I was like, holy shit, I've found a way that I can be rich. And then suddenly I went on a really long streak and just wiped out the entire 500. So, and that was me following it blindly. I watched a YouTube video on it, and I was like, okay, this is awesome. I can do this. And yeah, chasing a loss, that's all. And I talk about that in this video, that the microphone wasn't working. You just want to make small profits. Now, I've already been in profit. I started with 100 and I climbed profit. But if you look now, I'm getting my ass kicked. Okay, I'm back in profit there, 129. But, I could withdraw 120, withdraw £29 now, and £29 good. The first session, I wasn't really sure what I was trying to achieve on the first session. I thought I was going to just try and make £50. on each session. And then I thought, no, let's grounders key it and try and do smaller sessions. So I think after this video, I decide if I get into £20 profit, I'm going to call that a session. And it soon adds up. You know, I don't really want to spoil any videos. I'm a few ahead of myself because I'm going to record, well, I'm basically streaming this one and the one tomorrow and the day after. I've recorded 4 sessions with no sound because I'm a muppet. I'm such a bellend. So I did that. So I'm going to talk over the videos. If anyone's got any questions, of course, ask me in the messages or in the comments if you're watching this after the stream. But let me know. I'll answer them. But yeah, this is the session we're going to watch now. Tomorrow will be session 2 and 3 combined because session 2 was a bit of a blowout because my battery died on my Mac. Well, it didn't die. It went to pretty much empty. I plugged it in, but then everything went unresponsive, so I couldn't really do anything. And yeah, that's where I went. So I'll do the first 3/4 sessions, a live stream like this, talk you through it if you've got any questions, and then after that they've got audio. I think I'm like 5 or 6 sessions ahead, and I'm doing that just because on Wednesdays and Saturdays is date night, so I go out with my fiance on date night, so I won't be here in the evenings to do it, but I will upload the videos. I think for Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays and Sundays I might do it as a live premiere so we can have the chat open and talk through it as well. I'm not sure. I'll see how that goes. But if not, it'll just be a video. But each video will be posted every day at 7 p.m. my time, which is 1 p.m. United Kingdom time. Yeah, martingale is okay as long as you have a stop loss. And my stop loss is 5. So I'll do 4 martingales. So I'll make a bet. If it misses, then I'll martingale 4 times. And if you're doing that, you have to have an okay balance or a very low initial stake, like 10 pence or 20 pence per number. But yeah, if you hit 5 in a row, if you've missed 5 in a row, and you're tracking a dealer, chances are you're not going to hit if you do another 15. Do you know what I mean? It's if you haven't hit five in a row, that dealer's changed his signature. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is. Okay, so I jumped out. I'm on a different table now. I'm looking at the results here. It's like 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, then a shitload of zeros. So I was like, okay, well, that's looking nice. So I jump on this table. I'm looking at it now. It went to a depth of 4. Okay, so that was the last result. So I was like, oh, that sucks, you know. But it shows how a dealer can change their signature because that's, what's that, 12 in a row. And you wouldn't have had to do more than a single progression, a single bet progression to get like 12 wins in a row. But then it went to a depth of 4. So what I'm doing now is watching this. Ah, bonjour, ça va? That's all the French I know. Wait, où est la rue Saint-Jacques, s'il vous plaît? Je m'appelle Edouard. Le week-end prochain, je voudrais acheter un jean, un pull noir. Mon copain s'appelle Jean et les yeux bleus, les cheveux blonds et roux. All right, tell me how bad that sounded, Eric. On a scale of 1 to don't even try. With the martingale, the risk versus reward ratio is not worth it. I'm going to disagree with that. I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying. The risk to reward isn't worth it. But if you're giving yourself 5 chances of hitting half the wheel, and that dealer is favouring the side of the wheel that you're betting on, you should hit within 5 spins. Of course, it's not guaranteed, but you should hit 5. So, you should hit within 5 attempts. And that's why the Smartingale for me is one of the best systems that I use. I haven't actually used it in any of the videos that I've done for this series yet, purely because I'm playing on this particular casino and there is only 2 tables, I believe, that have 10 pence bets. One is Roulette Azure and the other is Roulette Club, and they're both pragmatic tables, and it's not letting you do the neighbor bets on that. Okay, so here I'm making my first bet on here. Scroll down, Ed. So yeah, I'm looking here. Had a big depth, and then it's gone 0 1 0 0 0 0 1 0 1. So I'm like, okay, I'll do a single bet progression on this. And again, the area key is not a tool that I use a lot. I think it's the most used tool on roulette calculators. So you can see here, it went to a depth of 1. Is it a depth of 1 or 2 now? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's a depth of 2 now. It's currently on a depth of 1. And I'm like, oh, it might go to a depth of 5. So I wasn't sure about this particular session. No, not with a martingale. If you're just doing the standard martingale, the reward is only the initial unit. With the martingale, because I'm covering 17 numbers, the further down the rabbit hole you go, the more you are rewarded when the win comes in, because you're making an extra sort of unit on each loss. It basically increases. So the first bet is 17, and then the second bet is essentially 34. And yeah, that's kind of how, how it works. The reward does get more as you go along. And for me, the martingale, I hit a lot more than if I was just guessing reds or blacks. But I mean, for the most part, martingale can work if you're just doing even bets, betting on reds, blacks, odds, evens, highs, lows. Thanks, I appreciate that. It has worked. I'm using the area key on this session at the moment, and that's kind of the opposite. I'm covering 19 numbers. So when you do a progression, you're actually dropping the amount of profit that you'll make. And I think after 3 or 4 bets, you lose. You won't even get your initial stake back. But for me, I'll always do the area key with a single bet progression, because I find a lot of tables will just do 0s and 1s. As you can see at the moment, it's kind of kicking my ass. I was at about nearly at £130, and I'm down at 108 now. And I'm just not really finding the tables that I want to find there. Oh, you get impatient using the area key, yeah? Yeah, I mean, have you let it run just with the auto trackers? Because what I tend to do, I open, I decide what am I going to do? Dealer tracker, area key, positive, negative. I'll open a bunch of tables. I'll go downstairs. I'll make myself a cup of coffee. And then I'll just sit down, drinking a cup of coffee, flicking through and go, okay, it's looking all right. Let's start a video. And then I basically set the video up and then go back and have a look. Sometimes I just start the video and then have a look and see if I can find something that's worthy. So this one's weird, like it's a big block of 6 and a huge block of 0s. But there's so many tables, I've got so many to choose from. Most of the tables are like this, where it's very hit or miss. It's like loads of 0s and then a big depth. And on this, you could be betting on the 0, and as soon as it goes to the unhighlighted, then just follow that bet. But I prefer to find something that's consistent. I think I'm talking about this one because it's in blocks. There's no 0s. Oh, there's very few 0s in between the block of high depths. So for these tables, I bet when it says a depth of 0, I then bet on the unhighlighted. What's that? The auto tool's too laggy. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, the auto tools is basically to show you if there's a table worth playing. And if you find the one that's good, you'll notice during this series, if I find a table that's good, I'll disable the auto tracking and then carry on manually entering in the data. But yeah, absolutely, it's especially on speed roulette. When I'm playing positive, negative, or area key, I find that you do have enough time if you're not on a speed table. You have got enough time to place the bets, but it is a lot quicker if you disable auto tracking and then start manually entering it in, for sure. Yeah, the solution for Ed as auto will be to translate into standalone software. Yeah, I mean, I did think about doing that, but as soon as I do that, it will get ripped. As soon as I do that, people will break into the software and then just clone it. Yeah, even with licenses, as soon as you buy it with a license, people will be able to reverse engineer it and then just put it out everywhere. And part of the reason I've got the membership on this is I don't want too many people using it, because if you end up with like 300-400 people on the same table doing the same strategy and they can manipulate the ball, I feel like that's just asking for trouble. It's just one of those things. It's a double-edged thing. I want people using the tools, and I want the network, the community, to be popular, because the only way of growing is through community. Because I get people giving me ideas and inspiration for new tools. I had someone saying that it would be good if they can track more than one table. And that's where the auto tracking, which was a bit of a mission. I'm not going to lie. It was a bit of a mission to actually get in the sort of back door of the popular casinos using their API to get a live feed of all of the table numbers to update simultaneously. But I managed to do it by spending a lot of money on a lot of developers. But yeah, that was born. I'm also thinking about, a lot of people talk about Carl Roulette's logarithm. Has anyone tried the logarithm? Because if it is any good, it was very complicated when I looked at it. If it is good, I could build a tool that would show that as another tool. So it will, obviously, I need to fully understand how it works. But I hear a lot of people, there's a lot of hype about the logarithm. Yeah, no, I agree. It's I had one member offer me 60 grand to not share the tool. He was going to give me 60 grand if I could just let him use the software. But that's not really what I want. Like I said, I love the community. We've got 4,500 members on there. I know not everyone's active. I think I need to work on something for the network to make it more active. There's a few faces that I see that post on there regularly. Grounders Keys one, I appreciate that. But for the most part, there's I love the whole community side of it, where people have ideas they can share. And again, I'm not hiding behind a payment wall. If someone pays for the tools, then they get access to the software. If they can't talk to people freely, I want someone, if they have a losing session, they can post, I've just done nothing but lose. I want it to be open. I want free members to be able to go on there and see that I'm not trying to scam anyone. So it's what's that? Of course, something. Been watching Shadow Roulette on YouTube. He's got something worth noting, Ed. Okay, I'll take a look at that, buddy. Reggae said online casino. Walla created software for Carl Strat. Is it any good? Does it? Obviously, with me, it's any new tools that I'm adding will automatically be available for people that are on the subscription. So I won't. I only did the auto tracking upgrade, which was $10 more, just because of the sheer load that it puts on the server. Because people can track 50 tables at once, and when you've got sort of 20-30 people doing that, it really does hurt the server. And so the extra cost for that was just to kind of counteract the load on the server. As more members join, I need to basically increase the server. But you bought some strategies with Betfair for live trading. More people bought it now and can't use because it alterates the odds. Yeah, yeah. I look at a lot of different things. Like I was looking at doing Bitcoin. Well, not just Bitcoin, but all crypto. It just seems like a losing battle for me. Every time I play on the other casino, I always withdraw crypto, whether it's Ethereum, Litecoin, Bitcoin, um, Dodge, Doge, or whatever it is. But every time I do it, it just drops. It just crashes every time I've got any significant money in my crypto account. It just seems to crash. And then I look at it, and the chances of me doubling my investment from crypto, it just won't happen. I'd have to wait at least a year for the market to go the opposite way for it to kind of double. Whereas roulette, it's just simple. I just see it as I mean, obviously it's faster. You can win or lose faster. But yeah, roulette for me, it's just a good method. I was thinking of setting up a few other tools like blackjack calculator and stuff. But again, the days of counting cards and actually getting an edge from that are over now, because they use 8 decks and then they put the change card so far up the deck that when you get the true count, it's just not really worth it. There's no real advantage at all. Hello, Hookum. How are you? So as you can see, this session is a bit of a grind. So I've just been floating around that sort of 100 and something mark now. 106 with 950 on the table. Yeah, crypto is for the long-term investment, but I don't know. I think there's just too many cryptos now. I can go and set up a crypto tomorrow if I wanted to. Just, you know what I mean? There's too many varieties now going around, and the ones that are strong, like Bitcoin, and I think Ethereum is up and coming. But yeah, it is a long-term investment. But I don't see the returns from that I do on roulette. I kind of like instant gratification, I guess. I'm good, Hookum. How was your weekend? Was it good? Yeah, crypto is just a bit of it is a long-term game. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, everything's going NFTs now, isn't it? Where people are selling pictures and stuff. I don't know, it's a bit weird. I think eventually they're going to do centralized currencies across the globe. But the nice thing about crypto is it is anonymous. So that's why I use it on certain casinos, online casinos. The one that I recommend on the homepage of my website, they don't ask for your address or location. And I've even spoke because I've the banner there, so I'm an affiliate with OneWin. But I spoke to the guy on there and basically said, look, if someone joins from a country that's restricted using a VPN, will they ever have any issues? Because I get asked that a lot when they're withdrawing. And he said, if they play with crypto, they won't. Now, that's not me guaranteeing that. That's what he said to me. But you don't know, do you? Because, if someone has a massive win, they might be like, oh, what's your location? But he said if you're playing with crypto, there's no need for the address verification, because there is no address assigned to crypto. So yeah, it's one of them ones. I know a lot of people, they win big on roulette and then they can't get their money out on a lot of casinos, and it's like, well, shit, you let me deposit enough times, why won't you let me withdraw? So it's like, if you do beat the casino, you've still got to get past the firewall of them going, oh, can you confirm your address, please? But yeah, I use VPNs on because I've got several accounts on that casino that I recommend, and it's you know, so I use VPN, different locations and stuff, so that they don't go, oh, you've got multiple accounts. If they watch this video, then I'm screwed, I guess. I don't know. What's your favorite roulette, Hookham? What your favorite betting, is it? Roulette. Bonker, that's what this whole video series is about, because I've been making a living from playing roulette for over 8 years now. And that's why I'm doing 30 sessions back to back. I'm going to be posting my winning sessions and my losing sessions. And I've got a profit loss spreadsheet, which will show you my progressions, you know, my wins and my losses. And that's the whole idea about this, because yeah, a few people don't. To be honest, I have just been posting my winning sessions because I don't think many people want, you know, people just like seeing people win big. That's not what my channel's about. I don't post big video, you know, big gameplay, because I think as soon as you start betting sort of 30, 40, 50 pound per number, you've got more chance of losing if there is any manipulation going on with the casino, the roulette wheel. But yeah, if you just aim for small profits, small gains, you will. Well, not you will, but if you go for small gains, you're far more likely to make long-term profit. Most people lose roulette through greed, because most people that play roulette will get into profit at the beginning, and most people just want more and more, and it's just never enough, and they'll keep going until the casino kicks your ass. So small profits and then withdraw regularly. Hookham, does my software work? You need to define what you mean by work. The tools on there just show you the dealer's history, and it shows you if there's any patterns. And then what I do is make educated bets. So instead of just betting on like the outside bets, numbers 1 to 18 or anything like that, I'm betting on the dealer's history. So I feel like if the dealer is favoring one side of the wheel more than the other, it makes far more sense to bet where they're favoring than just guessing. And I've been making profits for over 8 years doing it. But I'm still not saying that you're guaranteed to win using the software, because most of it does come down to the player. And like I said, greed is usually the one that kills people. People just aren't satisfied. You know, they might make £300-400, and then they're like, oh, I want to take that to 1,000, and they might get to 1,000. They're like, I want to take it to 2,000, but they start betting bigger, and eventually the casino beats them, and then they've lost everything. So some people say don't set goals, like targets to achieve, but I believe you should set a target to achieve, and then once you hit that, you leave it. There's a link in the description where it shows you. There is also a link to my Facebook channel. If you go on there, you can send me an instant message, and I can tell you how you can get a free 2-week trial, so you can try out the manual tools for 2 weeks. Completely free of charge. If you do take up a subscription, it's $25 for a month for the manual tools, or $35 a month for the auto tools and the manual tools. And they're backed up with a 60-day money-back guarantee. So you've got 2 months to use them, and if you don't like it, you can get a full refund with no questions asked. But yeah, as Grand Key says, chasing the win, chasing the loss, not happy with the returns after a win, they're the main causes. You know, if you set yourself a small goal, most people get into profit very quickly. You know, on not just using the tools, but in a lot of strategies, they'll get into profit, but then it just isn't enough for them. They just want to make more. They're always striving for more, and then they kind of lose. Like this session here, I've been on a grind for like 49 minutes. The video is about to finish. There's 2 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left. But yeah, I've just been on a grind. So I'm using a tool that I haven't used for a long time, and I've been in profit most of the time. It's just I'm like, oh, my goal was a bit high. I just wanted to make £50, and I was just constantly trying to achieve that. And now I just hit it, 153. I'm like, finally, I got the win. But yeah, so after this, I decide if I hit £20 or more, I'm going to call that a session, because I know that I typically win 8 out of 10 sessions. So that's my goal. I'm just going to like try and achieve £20 per session. Like I said, the first 3 recordings. So here's a spreadsheet again. So basically I'm just inputting £53. That's going to show the total profit or loss there. And I'm going to go through all 30 sessions, and I'm going to post every one of them. So if it's a loss, I'll post a loss. If it's a win, I'll post the win. And the goal is to show you that over 30 sessions, I should be in profit. Okay. Now it's not guaranteed, but looking at my my past history of all of that sort of stuff, just going to pause that there. So you can see my Mac mic was muted. It wasn't enabled. And I was like, shit. So I was just talking to myself for the first 4 sessions. How much money have I won so far? I don't know. I honestly don't know. But I'd say it's over £100,000 easy. But yeah, I don't know. I've not actually recorded that. I mean, back in the earlier days, I used to just sit on the positive negative calculator all day, and the amount of times I took £20 well up into the thousands, and occasionally I would blow. I get to 2,000 or 3,000, and I would have a really shitty run and blow the whole lot. But that's part of the learning. I'd never do that now. If I take £20 up to 100 or 200, that's definitely a walk away for me. Because it's not all about that one single session. You need to I don't know. Sorry, I know it's a bit of a boring screen just looking at the OBS thing, but yeah, it's all about individual sessions and not just one hit. That's like a heroin addict type thing. You have to spread your heroin addiction across the board. Do it gradually. Anyway, this isn't a drug intervention 101, but it's all about multiple sessions, and you're going to get losing sessions. That's inevitable. Everyone's going to get a losing session. The key is not to get so angry or I don't know what the word is, but most people that play, they might spend a while to build up their balance doing a strategy. It could be any strategy, but at some point that strategy will wipe out. It will, yeah, sorry, nice way of explaining. No, you can have a free trial. Just message me on my Facebook page. It's in the description. But yeah, most people that have a wipeout, they lose their balance. They typically, depending if they've got an addictive personality, will then deposit again, and they'll make bigger bets than they was because they want to get that initial balance back quickly. And that's a mistake. You've got to treat, it's like bowling. I used to bowl for my county, and sometimes you'd have a bad frame, where you just couldn't hit the pocket and you left a lot of opens. And what they say is a bad frame doesn't equal a bad game. So, if you have a couple of bad frames, you just have to take a step back and go, all right, let's just focus. I know how to do this. Let's just take a step back and start again. Not being in the mindset that, oh, I just can't do this, or I keep losing. So you'll see I on one of the recordings that I'm about to post, I do have a losing session, but you'll see how I handle that, and I leave. I conclude the session. That's it. I lost. I'm not down. Because I've still got a few profits, but you need to keep a clear head at all times and never ever let emotions take over. As soon as you do that, just go into any casino. Honestly, if you go into a casino and just people watch, sit there, you watch someone that has just been on a bad run, watch how stupid their bets are. They'll just increase the bets. They'll probably get more drunk and they just end up, they don't leave until they're skint, until they've got no money left, because they're just on this downward spiral. If you have a bad session, you just have to take that as a loss. And if you do that and then come back fresh and go, well, you know what? I won the last 3 sessions. This session I lost. Hopefully I'll win the next 3 and I'm still going to be in profit. And you just have to treat it like that. You can't have a winning session every session. Like no one does. That it's impossible. Okay, if it's the same with poker, tilt has wiped out many back. Exactly, yeah, poker. I used to love playing Texas Hold'em. I'm really good at it. But sometimes you just get your ass kicked. I drove from Cornwall up to Plymouth. It was an hour and a half drive up there. I sat down, my first hand pocket rockets. I had aces. I was like, sweet. Some guy went all in and I had to. I called. He had pocket kings and I got rivered. A king came out, wiped me out. There was no rebuys. And I'm like, well, it's just going to be a shitty drive home now. But that happens. It's, you know, it's just a session. It's just the, you know, I've been back there and I've won lots of times. But someone that goes on tilt like that, if they lost, they might go across to the casino and think, oh, I'm going to win that money back. I mean, it wasn't much money. It was like £50 buy-in or something. It wasn't a huge loss. But some people treat it like that. You know, they just don't like losing. You know, they want to beat the casino and they think if they're down and they bet bigger, they're going to get up. Usually the opposite happens. If you're down, you bet bigger, you're just going to give the casino more money. So you'll see on the next sessions, I've got my goal here. I start every session with £100. So you just seen I withdrew that 53. On the next session, I've got £100. My kind of rule was if I drop down to 50, I'll call that a loss and record that as a loss. If I get above 120, I will withdraw that profit and then leave myself with 100 in the balance for the next session. And, you know, that's what I'm going to follow throughout this whole series. And it's going to be 30 episodes. It's going to be an episode every day. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to show you. I probably will get a few losses during the sessions, but the main thing is my balance, my profit to loss, and you should see that steadily climb over the next 29 sessions. So I hope that explains. I've kind of gone on a Jerry Springer's final thought. But yeah, I hope that explains everything. Is there anyone that's got any questions or do you need any information? Hookham, I've kind of messaged you, well, not messaged you, but told you, you know, you can take out a full membership. You got a 60-day money back guarantee, or drop me a message on Facebook and I'll hook you up with a 2-week free trial to use the manual tools. Thanks, Eric. I think that says, well done on your gains. I'm guessing, I don't know. Yeah, I seen that. Ground is Key as well. If anyone's watching this, check out Ground is Key's channel. He's got a series that he's doing as well. I'm a little bit confused of how your spreadsheet works because I see that you're doing your sessions like not in order when you're inputting the info. It's kind of spread out. Oh, Siri's talking to me. She's like, I'm not sure if I understand. What is the hour when you will do your session? I'm doing every session every day at 1 p.m. UK time. I live in Thailand, which is 7 p.m. So if you, wherever you're from, if you just, you know, type in what's the time in the United Kingdom, you'll see. But it'll be 1 p.m. every day UK time. So I hope that helps. But yeah, every day I will post a video which will either be a winning session or a losing session, and that's the way it goes. But when I get a losing session, I won't beat myself up about it. I won't get angry. I'll just remember all of the winning sessions that I've had before that and think about the winning sessions that I'm going to have after that. As soon as you get bitter and shitty and you think the casinos beat you, that's when you're going to make mistakes. That's when you're going to bet big, and that's when you're going to lose. So +2 for you. Yeah, so yeah, 3 o'clock for you then, 3 p.m. UK time. But every day, make sure you're subscribed. Also hit the bell notification icon. That means you'll get notified as soon as the video or the stream starts. So thank you for watching it. I appreciate it if you give this video a like. Also drop your comments in the comments section, and give the video a like, subscribe to the channel. It all helps other people out there as well, and that's essentially what this is. We want to help other people. I mean, I don't want to say become a professional gambler. It's not exactly glamorous. It doesn't sound glamorous, but if people are already gambling, I just hope that these videos will help them manage their bankroll and manage their emotions if they're playing, because anyone that plays with emotions typically loses. So yeah, cheers Grounders Key, appreciate that. Thank you all of you for tuning in, really do appreciate it. This was a very long video. The next videos are nowhere near as long, and yeah, sometimes the roulette tables kick your ass, and then it's a bit of a grind back, which is what this session was. Yeah, cheers Reggae Boy, appreciate that, man. And I'll catch you all tomorrow. So yeah, I'd love to see you all tomorrow. Take care. Cheers Turinga. Take care guys, really appreciate it. All the best. Oh, by the way, I will include the spreadsheet link in the video in the next 10 minutes or so.